Welcome to How My Cosplays Make Me Feel, Part 1. My name's Chris, and you may have seen my
Hobie brand
cosplay somewhere along the internet. That said, all of my cosplays are passion projects. Normally I see a character and I feel a direct connection or engagement to that character, so much so that I am driven to go and create their outfit or their costume. And Hobie was an excellent example of that. I've seen Across the Spider-Verse now 5 times, and after my first watch, I immediately left the theater like, okay, Chris, what do we need? We gotta make this possible. We need a vest, we need some pants, we're gonna need some fishnets. How do we do the hair? How are we gonna do the guitar? Like, it was just, the gears were turning immediately. And that's because Hobie made me feel seen. You can't really tell now because I'm all covered up, but I have a good amount of tattoos. I also have my own little septum piercing. You know, I got some facial piercings myself. So I consider myself a bit of an alternative black male, and there aren't, a lot of alternative black males in popular media to begin with. So just seeing Hobie and his aesthetic was already super fucking cool. That, in addition to the fact that he's one of the, not only the coolest, but the best characters in the entire film, just warmed my heart in a way that another character hasn't in a really long time. To expand upon that kind of idea, like, one, I think I grew up around a lot of, you know, pretty cookie cutter white spaces. I wouldn't say they were particularly conservative white spaces, but I never have seen anybody in my personal life that's looked like this or that looks like me outside of cosplay. So one, seeing Hobie was already such an incredible way to validate a really specific kind of expression of my own that I don't see super often. But in addition, I think what's fascinating about the like punk or goth or alternative aesthetics is like the idea is kind of like the scariness of it or the lack of professionalism. That's part of the outward expression of the aesthetic, right? Like if you would be limited engaging with me or you wouldn't want to engage with me because of my outward appearance, odds are you shouldn't engage with me in the first place. And I think that being afraid to engage people that look a particular way is a particular kind of limiting mindset in a lot of ways. And I'm happy to have moved past that already. But what's so fascinating is that I think we call like goth, punk, and alternative aesthetics scary. As a black man in America, I'm already scary. So what I really enjoy about the, like a more goth or punk or kind of like, again, alternative aesthetic, especially as a black person or black character, is it's doubling down in that scariness or that the known perception of fear. And it's doubling down because that perception is already invalid. It's like, first of all, you weren't going to talk to me because I'm black already, so let me make myself even scarier because that will help me cull the people that aren't worth my engagement. The people that are willing to engage with me, despite whatever this is, those are the people who are not sitting there looking at me and judging me. And it's cool because it almost feels like it's not necessarily a reward, but I think I'm pretty fucking cool. So if you can move past any discomfort or lack of comfortability that my aesthetic appearance gives you or awakens within you, then that's awesome, because you're about to engage and meet one of the coolest fucking people you'll ever know in your whole life. And that's really fucking cool. And I think Hobie is a great example of exactly what that means and exactly how valuable people who know the experience of not being accepted or not being positively received, how that experience for them contributes to them creating spaces where everybody is accepted and everybody is positively received. And I'm so happy that a movie that's as popular as Across the Spider-Verse not only has a character such as Hobie, but also that character was handled so well that there's not a single person who's seen that movie and can say that they didn't like Hobie. Like, are you kidding me? He's the fucking sickest dude ever. Like, he was...
It's cool the whole time.
Bro. So, that said, in summation, when I put on this cosplay, I feel not only incredibly seen myself, but also I'm reminded that even though some people might be afraid of me or might not understand why or how I move within the world the way I do, I can still be just as much of a superhero as anybody else. and that's really fucking cool. So seeing Hobie in a movie as popular as Across the Spider-Verse is a great opportunity for young people to work and move past that limiting mindset that's kind of built into American culture. The fact that you can be 6 to 10 years old and see a character like Hobie and be like, yo, I fucking like that guy. And that could be the difference between whether or not or how you go about engaging with other alternative or goth or punk people in your life moving forward. I think that's one of the best services that the movie has done in an awesome couple of ways. And that movie does a lot of things correctly. So, that said, I won't make this too long, but that's how Hobie makes me feel. I hope that's how he makes you feel. If you're somebody who's also similarly oriented or has a bit of a similar experience, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you like this kind of video and me talking about like how my cosplays make me feel, let me know. I'm not a particularly consistent guy in true Hobie fashion, but I do like to do the things that make me feel passionate or feel valuable to other people. So if you'd like to see me kind of talk about some of the other characters that I've cosplayed that I'm just as passionate about, I'd love to do so. Let me know. Other than that, stay fly, keep it real, don't let the haters get you down, and I'll catch you next time. Adios.